बैक टू माई चैनल साक्षीज़ ओन स्पेस। आई होप आप सब लोग बहुत अच्छे होंगे, बहुत 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 सुकून से होंगे अपने घरों में। एंड मैं भी काफ़ी बढ़िया हूँ। आई नो लास्ट वीक आई पोस्टेड जस्ट वन वीडियो। लाइफ बहुत ज़्यादा हेक्टिक चल रही है, सो मुझको बिल्कुल टाइम नहीं मिल पा रहा। बट ये वाला वीडियो मैं बनाना चाह रही थी। आई कीप इट वेरी शॉर्ट। आप लोगों ने टाइटल पढ़ ही लिया होगा। इट्स अबाउट एकोमोडेशन इन यूके। सो मेरे पास बहुत सारे लोगों का बहुत सारे लोगों का इन ऑन माई यूट्यूब कॉमेंट सेक्शन एंड इन फैक्ट मेरे को पर्सनल DMs आ रहे हैं इंस्टाग्राम पे कि आप एकोमोडेशन के रिलेटेड कैन यू प्लीज़ टेल अस, कैन यू प्लीज़ हेल्प अस एंड थिंग्स लाइक दैट। लाइक बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस अराउंड एकोमोडेशंस। सो सबसे पहले बात, आई ऑलरेडी हैव अ वीडियो ऑन एकोमोडेशन जिसमें मैंने फुल फ्लश्ड वीडियो विद रेट्स एंड एवरीथिंग बनाया। आई नो वो वीडियो 2.5 years पुरानी है, बट आई स्टिल पुट इट ऑन दी आई बटन अबव। सो आप लोग वहाँ से जाके वो पूरा वीडियो देख सकते हो। उसमें मैंने एक हॉस्टल का स्टूडेंट एकोमोडेशन का टूर भी किया है। सो यू कैन गो एंड वॉच दैट वीडियो फॉर फुल डिटेल बिकॉज आई एम गोइंग टू कीप दिस वीडियो रियली शॉर्ट एंड स्वीट। सो anyone who is in UK or is planning to come UK from anywhere, आप accommodations को कैसे book कर सकते हैं? So there are few applications, few apps on which you can go and you can search for your accommodations. The top 3 which I personally use and I'll advise you all to use is Rightmove, Spare Rooms and Zoopla. I'll try and put the links in the comments somewhere if I can. Else Rightmove, Spare Room and Zoopla. These 3 are the applications which I prefer if I'm moving from one place to another in UK, or when I was coming to the UK for the very first time, I used these applications to book an accommodation for myself. Now many people are asking me if I can help them find one, if I can help them tell them the price and things like that. It's not possible for me to search or do this thing on your behalf, but what I can suggest, because on these 3 applications you can go and you can put your locations, you can put what kind of accommodation you want. Do you want a student accommodation or do you want a shared accommodation like a property like a house or a flat? Do you want it furnished or do you want it unfurnished or semi-furnished? Do you want it like a studio apartment or do you want to share it with people? If you want to share it with people, do you want en-suite or are you okay sharing your washrooms? So there are so many filters which you can put on these applications, and you can also decide the price range. Like you want from this price range to this price range. And once you filter out these options according to your locality and everything, and if you like something, you can like save it, you can heart it, you can send messages like I'm XYZ, I'm living here and there, and I'm looking for an accommodation, and can I book for a viewing? So you can book viewing as well. If you are not in UK, it's not possible for you to physically go and view that particular property. What you can do, you can book a video like a video tour, and they can give you the videos, or they can call you on phone and they can show you around how the property looks like. What I would suggest before booking in any kind of a property, it's always good to see the floor map as well as take a video tour. If you're outside the country, if you're outside the UK, then request for an video tour, and they'll send you. They always send you. They ask you to just go for a viewing and then book the property, which is good thing because obviously you'll pay your deposits and everything. And if you are in UK, then please select the slots, discuss with them, call them. If they are not responding to your emails or your messages, just call them directly. They attend. There was hardly any case on these 3 applications if I have ever called and nobody attended, so it's quite effective. And yeah, you might not able to use these apps if you're outside the UK, but you can definitely go on the website on Google and you can use it from like the web versions, if not the app version. So these are the ways how I look for the accommodation and how you all can look for the accommodation, because I know so many people were asking me the same question. So these are the 3 applications, these are the 3 apps from where I used to search and they're very, very, very effective. Now coming to the second point, if you're a student and you don't want to go to any of the private like the house accommodation, the flat accommodation, the shared accommodation, and you want to go for the student accommodation, in that case there are so many student accommodations. If you like Google in UK according to your location, if you're in Manchester, if you're in London, if you're in Liverpool, anywhere, you can just search for the student accommodations. In fact, you can contact your universities, and your universities have tie-ups with very different student accommodations, so they can tell you the contacts of those, and you can book from there. That's also an option. It's just they're a bit on the expensive end, but yeah, that's also an option. If you're a student, you can connect with your university, and they have few of the accommodations which they can let you know, and you can book from there. It's always safe to go through the university if you want student accommodations. Now that I have told you, you can go on the apps, you can definitely find how much prices are there and things like that. If I have to give you a lump sum idea, because the things have changed, inflation is skyrocketing in the last 3 years, but if I have to give you some idea, if you go for the student accommodations, so the kind of the scenario you can see in my video as well, which I have posted, and I'll put it on the I button. But if you see what generally happens in a student accommodation is, you have a common room where you have your kitchen and your living room. Then you have like different separate rooms, 1 bed, 2 bed, this type, ensuite, non-ensuite. The minimum average rent of such accommodation is £200 per week. Now you can multiply how much it costs you in a month and in a year. It's the minimum. It always above 200, but the minimum you can find is 200. And in some of the studio apartments which are in a flat or something like that, that also costs somewhere around £1,000 per month. If you go for the shared accommodations, like a house which is shared among different people, and like there are 2 or 3 BHK with 1 or 2 washrooms, and it's not ensuite, such kind of accommodations range roughly around 550 to 600 per month. Sometimes the bills are included, like the electricity and the council bills are included. Sometimes they are not, so they are separate. So it might somewhere cost you around 650 to 700 per month. And that's where the difference came. If you go for the like a studio apartment or an ensuite in like a hostel accommodation that are costly, that's cost somewhere around 200 to 300 pounds per week. Whereas if you go for a house that is shared apartment kind of a thing, that costs somewhere around 550 to 600 per month. So obviously there's an advantage on renting a property with a shared property than going for a student accommodation or an ensuite or a studio apartment. From saving point of view, I'm saying I've always been into a shared apartment. So the very initial apartment when I came in UK 3 years back, that costed me somewhere around 350 to 400 per month. Then I changed it in a month because that was only for a month, and that's when I was back in India, but I booked from India looking on these apps only. So that's why I'm saying it's good. You can book from anywhere in the world before coming to UK. The second a shared accommodation which I rented, it was for 400 or 450 per month, including all the bills. You can find that if you are lucky enough. And the third, this is a costly one because obviously it's an apartment. I'm not sharing it with anyone, so that's a different story. But yeah, if you're coming to UK and you want to look for an accommodation, these 3 are your best sites. Go there, look for your options according to you, tailor down your options, filters according to you, and yeah, that's the way I do. I always have done, and if I have to move from one place to another now also, I just use these 3 applications. They are bang on good, so you can go on it. And always take a tour before booking into something, before locking your money into something, and that will be my advice. And yeah, I'm so sorry, I know there are so many messages from people if I can help them find an accommodation in Birmingham, or if there's a way I can find it for the Leeds or the Liverpool. To be very honest, I won't be able to do it on anyone's behalf, but yeah, these are the 3 applications: Rightmove, Spare Rooms, and Zoopla, where you can go and you can find and you can tailor your options according to your will and wish. And yeah, let me know if it helps. And if there's any further doubts, if I can clear out anything, do let me know and I'll clear those doubts of yours. And stay safe, stay happy. I sort out this problem and I covered this issue. I'll still put the whole video on the I button, the one which I posted I guess 2 years back, so you can have a look at that as well, how the hostels look like, because obviously in 3 years the hostel structure haven't changed, it's just the pricing. So yeah, all the best with your searches and see you in the next video. Till then, do like, share and subscribe. Love you all.